Hey guys, glory to Jesus Christ. So, I'm back again. I've been feeling very overwhelmed. I'm one of these people where, if I'm making videos and then I stop for a while and then I want to get back into it, but then the more time passes, the more overwhelmed I get because the more behind I get, so then I don't do anything, which is like this vicious and stupid cycle. So, anyway, that's about all the explanation I have for my absence. There hasn't even been any drama or anything. I've just been doing other things and dropping the YouTube ball. So, I guess the only way to really move past it is just to acknowledge, I know that I have people's questions I have to get to. I will, I am, but that's not going to happen today. So, anyway, I just wanted to pop on and say that, because I figured, well, maybe I'll feel better if I make, if I make something, if I even make just a little bit of a little, YouTube poop, I think they call it, then I'll feel a little bit better. So, 2 days ago, we had the Feast of the Exaltation of the Precious and Life-Giving Cross, and just one thing to mention about that I thought was interesting is, as you know, if you try to start being spiritually vigilant, you understand that drama tends to happen, things tend to happen, persecution tends to happen when you're trying to participate in something holy. And that is not coincidental. And I think that the key to surviving those situations spiritually is just preparing yourself. For example, heading to church for the Feast of the Cross. You have to know, all right, well, this is one of the 12 feasts of the year. In the Orthodox Church, it's one of the 12 great feasts. So, something may happen. See, Satan hates the cross. He hates the cross because the cross is the ladder of salvation. And so, of course, guess what happens? We start church, and just as we were probably about 15 minutes in, we were getting to singing the Before Thy Cross We Bow Down and Worship, O Master, which is when we do all these prostrations in front of the cross that's been brought out to the center of the church, and there's flowers all around it. Of course, there was a disaster in the choir. I'm in the choir, so I can say it was a disaster because I was in it. And, we had people get mad and people sing wrong notes and, and that stuff happens, but it was particularly bad on this given day. And so I'm thinking, of course it's happening right now. Look what's going on. People are bowing down before the cross. Of course, Satan's going to be throwing whatever kind of tantrum he can. So, the Holy Fathers counsel us. They say when you get up in the morning, before you do anything, and not before you do anything, you should pray first, but as part of that, before you meet anyone, before you interact with people, just sit for a moment and kind of walk yourself mentally through the day about what you think is going to happen, what's on your schedule, about the people that you are likely to meet, and particularly about those people and those situations that may tempt you to sin in some way by, losing your temper, for example. And so if you're aware of that, when such a situation arises, you're already prepared for it. You don't get surprised and caught with your eyes closed and your pants down, proverbially, and you don't, lash out and react. Instead, you can respond, which is a conscious thing. So, I've found, number one, this to be true, that when you are involved in something that is extra spiritually beneficial for you and for those around you, that's when this stuff tends to happen. This is why I always have, blown tires or other seriously expensive, car problems when I'm going to and from the prison, when I'm going to and from church, when I'm going to and from, I'm thinking particularly of the choral workshops that I've been doing. All kinds of stuff has happened. I mean, to the point where 2 weeks ago, do you know what happened? I showed up at the prison and everything was canceled for some reason. We still don't know why, but I was the last volunteer to arrive, and as I approached the front door, out comes everyone else saying, nope, they're not letting us in today. We still don't know why. But the point is, after all of that happened, I got in my car, I left the prison property, and I was about 500 feet down the road when my car just stopped working. I was at a red light, and thank God there was a turning lane there. So I was in the turning lane, and I realized, the light's green, but I can't go. My car's not going. I tried to, turn it off, take the key out, turn it back on, do all the things you're supposed to do. Nothing. And I thought it was the battery, but then I realized, well, if it was the battery, I wouldn't have all of the lights on and everything. Turns out, I'd run out of gas. Somehow. Despite the fact that the light never came on. And I'm like religious about that. The minute the light goes on, I get gas. Even though I know you're supposed to have 30 miles or whatever, but I don't tempt that. Isn't that interesting? So when we know that that kind of stuff is going to happen, it doesn't bother you so much. You can say, all right, not surprising, we move on, keep calm and carry on. Vigilance, very helpful. So I guess that's the message for tonight. It's just, when we expect these calamities, these disasters, we're able to respond in a better way. Because ultimately, this is my baptismal cross. Isn't it cool? Actually, it's not my baptismal cross, technically. It's my chrismation cross. This is like an ambassador's pin. Each of us that wears a cross, each of us that claims to follow Christ to the cross, we need to act like it. And we all fail. But we need to keep trying. Because any little slip that we make, screaming and yelling at someone, no matter how much they may have legitimately done something that was horrible, that's not good repping. It's hard. It's really hard. So anyway, that's all the rambling that you're going to get from me tonight. This video probably makes absolutely no sense. I can't even see out of my right eye right now. I really need a new contact lens. Anyway, so I'm back. God bless you all. I will see you in the next video.